Here is how they reconcile. The mission, John 12:47. This verse refers to Jesus' primary purpose or his job description during his first coming. The goal, rescue, not condemnation. The context, he is explaining that his presence is an offer of grace. In John's theology, the judgment is something people bring on themselves by rejecting the light, rather than something Jesus is actively dealing out like a legal sentence during his earthly ministry. Okay. Let me read that again. He's saying the judgment is something people bring on themselves by rejecting the light, i.e. not believing in Jesus, rather than something Jesus is actively dealing out like a legal sentence during his earthly ministry. Okay, so that's the key part there. Well, and the fact that it's something people bring on themselves through their lack of faith. The result, Matthew 10:34, this verse refers to the inevitable consequence of his message in a divided world. That's right. We broke this down, actually. I remember that. Okay, so the sword, Jesus isn't calling for a literal holy war or physical violence. He is using the sword as a metaphor for division. The context, he immediately follows the sword comment by saying he will set a man against his father and a daughter against her mother. Yeah. The reality, choosing to follow Jesus often created a sharp split within families and societies. Even if his goal was peace, reconciling humanity to God, the social result was often friction. Okay. Makes perfect sense now. Okay. Verse 48. I just want to reread this last part. Verse 48. The one who rejects me and does not receive my words has a judge. The word that I have spoken will judge him on the last day. For I have not spoken on my own authority, but the Father who sent me has himself given me a commandment, what to say and what to speak. And I know that his commandment is eternal life. What I say, therefore, I say as the Father has told me. So, what does this mean? Explain John 12:50 ESV. And I know that his commandment is eternal life. Life. In John 12:50, Jesus is concluding his public ministry with a powerful declaration about his relationship with God the Father. The verse reads, "And I know that his commandment is eternal life. What I say, therefore, I say as the Father has told me." To understand why Jesus equates a commandment with eternal life, we have to look at the context of his mission and the specific Greek nuances used. The nature of the commandment. In a legal sense, a commandment is a rule you must follow. But in the Johannine context, the Gospel of John, the commandment entole refers to the divine commission given to Jesus. God didn't just give Jesus a list of chores, he gave Jesus a purpose to save the world. Jesus is saying that the very essence of what God has commanded him to do and what God offers to humanity is not judgment, but the gift of living forever in communion with him.